But anyway, so let's talk about Breathe. Breathe is doTERRA's respiratory blend. So it's going to be doing a lot of stuff that's going to be supporting your respiratory function, your respiratory health, and all sorts of things like that. It is a blend. It's doTERRA's blend, so it's not a singular oil. It's going to have a bunch of yummy oils in it that are just known to help support your respiratory system and stuff like that. So the oils that are in Breathe are laurel, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon, Ravensara, and cardamom, which are all amazing, amazing oils that are going to help your respiratory system in different ways. So some of the top things that Breathe is going to help out, the top uses, I guess you could call it. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes so that I don't babble on, because I am a talker and I will just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. So some of the top uses for Breathe are going to be pneumonia and asthma. And you would go ahead and diffuse that in your diffuser, apply under the nose, apply on the chest. And when I mean apply topically with a carrier oil. And so we like to use fractionated coconut oil. You don't want to really apply Breathe neat, which means without a carrier oil, as it does have some of those more minty, like the eucalyptus and the peppermint and stuff that might irritate skin and create a skin sensitivity. Definitely if you or someone you know has sensitive skin, and absolutely on small children. So please, please, please always dilute Breathe if you're going to be putting it on topically. Breathe is also one of those oils that you'll notice if you have the bottle and you start turning it around, that it doesn't have supplement facts, which means you cannot take Breathe internally. So definitely there are oils out there if you're needing some respiratory support and you want to take internally. You know, we've got our allergy trifecta blend, which would be peppermint, lavender, and lemon. So you could definitely put those in a veggie cap, but you just want to make sure that you do not take Breathe internally. So this is definitely just for topical and diffusing use only, aromatic use only. So that being said, talking about allergies, Breathe is really amazing for allergies. So you could put a little drop with some carrier oil and then just kind of do this thing and, you know, like breathe it in. You could put this in your diffuser when you were having a time, like an allergy attack or, you know, seasonal allergy flare-up or whatever, to kind of cleanse and purify your air. Or you could put this in a roller and kind of carry it with you. I have an allergy roller both for my husband and my son, and we just kind of put it right here on the bridge of their nose, and then I do just a little bit right here whenever, well, for my son. I don't put it on my husband. He can do that himself. But whenever he's having kind of a little allergy, he keeps like itching his nose or whatever, I just go and I just boop, and he's good. Like, it's amazing. Breathe is also really good for coughs and congestion. So cold and flu season is coming up, so this might be a really good oil to look into getting, or if you do have it, let's say you got the Home Essentials Kit or the Family Essentials Kit, this would be something that you're going to want to start to familiarize yourself with so that you can use it during cold and flu season. So for that, you're going to, again, diffuse it, or apply under or over the bridge of the nose, like I had mentioned, and then again to the chest, and again, you're going to dilute it. Bronchitis and influenza, so again, cold and flu season, bronchitis, influenza, I mean, these are all things that are associated with our respiratory system, and cold and flu season, which is coming up, guys. Also, some sleep issues, you can diffuse with lavender or apply to the bottoms of your feet, and constricted breathing. So you can diffuse or you can apply it to your chest if you're having any sort of constricted breathing. This is also, Breathe is also a really good one if you are prone to having exercise-induced asthma. So maybe you want to apply it before you exercise, carry it with you if you're like outside running, or just any sort of exertation that kind of gives you that asthmatic feeling. Have this handy. You know, I would probably carry a roller bottle, or, you know, put some in a little diluted in your palm of your hand and kind of breathe, you know, situations, since you probably won't have like a diffuser out with you when you're exercising. Some of the ways that we like to diffuse Breathe just in our house alone, and everybody's going to have their favorite thing. Somebody on Instagram said that they love diffusing it mixed with frankincense, because as we know, frankincense is the king of oils, and it literally makes every oil just that much better. So some of the ways that we like to diffuse it is Breathe plus cardamom. That's both going to be amazing for respiratory support, because Breathe is a respiratory blend, and then cardamom acts as a kind of gentle expectorant. So we'll diffuse this in my son's room or in the living room if he's having any sort of like cold flare-up. Breathe and any sort of citrus oil, like Breathe and lemon, or Breathe and grapefruit or orange, for a pick-me-up, because Breathe, it's got like minty stuff in it. It's got peppermint in it. So when you combine that with a citrus oil, classic citrus oil would be lemon, that's going to give you a really good little energy boost. Like I had said earlier, we like to diffuse this at night with lavender to just kind of help us kind of ease into a more sleepy state. I probably wouldn't diffuse this in little guys' rooms unless it's like well ventilated, and maybe only like a drop max. But now that my son is 3.5, I'm not worried about it. So I'll put like a drop of this and 2 drops of lavender in his diffuser, just to kind of give like an open air and sleepy kind of feeling for nighttime. And then some of the ways that we like to use this in our rollers, I have my rollers here, is, hope you guys don't ever have to make this, can't really see it very well, but this is my croup roller. My son had croup last season, last cold and flu season, first time we'd ever experienced it. It was so scary, but it's actually a pretty normal and mild thing to get. So Breathe is in our croup roller with peppermint, frankincense, melaleuca, On Guard, and oregano. It is in our adult version, so it's diluted appropriately for an adult for our Breathe roller, and this is with frankincense and lemon, and we're just going to go ahead and put it over the bridge of our nose, and then a little, you know, dollop under the nose. Like I had mentioned, it's in our allergy roller. So this is for my husband usually. So it's diluted for adults. And this has Breathe and lavender and peppermint and lemon. And he also has this in a little to-go bottle, and he doesn't go anywhere without it. And again, he'll do it on the bridge of his nose and then a little dollop under his nose. And then it's in my son's, you can't really see these very well, cough roller. And the cough roller is Breathe, cardamom, frankincense, Douglas fir, and lime. And these are all essential oils that are known to kind of help clear up congestion, expectorant, kind of get the stuff up, break it up, and gently, so it's safe enough for my son. And then let's see. I have also used it, I don't have it because I made it and I gave it to my husband, but I used Breathe in a bug bite allergy roller that I made for him to give to a coworker, and that had basil and rosemary and lavender and melaleuca and peppermint and purify, and she's one of those people that gets a bug bite and then it just kind of turns into a big deal on her skin, and she even had to go to the emergency room one time. So she keeps that wherever she goes, and she's just going to roll that right on her bug bite to kind of like tame her allergies. And Breathe is really good for stuff like that. So let's see if I got everything. I think I did. So that is going to be it. If you guys have any questions, oh, we also really like to do Breathe like a drop in the shower. for like a spa-like effect, or if you're congested, if you don't have a diffuser, and maybe somebody gifted you Breathe, or you just haven't gotten to getting a diffuser yet, just put a couple of drops of this in your shower, and it's just going to, the whole bathroom is just going to open up with these yummy oils, and you're going to be able to sit in there and just breathe it in and get that same aromatic medicinal quality. Or if you don't have a diffuser, you can put like 1 drop, probably wouldn't go over that, in a mug of like boiling hot tea water. And then we do like the mug thing where you stick your head over and you put a towel over it, and you just let all of that steam kind of go and be in your face and in your nose and stuff like that, and breathe it in. Be careful of your eyes, especially if you're younger, so you might want to, put like a scarf or something around their eyes, or just tell them don't open your eyes. But it's really powerful for that. If you've got coughs and congestion and you're just feeling yucky, or just an allergy attack, you can just kind of combat it with those certain things. Instead, if a little one was coughing or congested or had a cold, I'd stick to the more cardamom side. But once they hit, 1 or even like toddler age, Breathe is totally safe. Just less is more with your oils. So start with just 1 drop. Make sure the room is well ventilated. Never shut them in with the door, that sort of stuff. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, I'll stay on for a couple of minutes. Otherwise, you can, if you're on Facebook, feel free to write a comment and I will answer you just throughout the day. And if you're on Instagram, feel free to